morning. Yes, indeed, it is a morning. It is a Friday morning at 9 o'clock, and we are currently at the training ground of Zebbug. Because this week, for our game of the week, we are going to be covering Zebbug against Xaghra, which, of course, will be the cup final taking place on Monday evening. We're at the training ground just waiting for the coach to join us to quickly go over the semi-final, what he thought about that, and, of course, to discuss the final, which is coming, as I say, on Monday, which we'll be sending you live from the Gozo Stadium. Stay with us. Joined now by Franklin, of course, the coach of Zebbug. Thanks for joining us for this week's game of the week.
Thank you.
Obviously, you got quite a tough draw in the semi-final against the current champions, Arla, and with a 95th minute decisive goal, you're through to the final.
Yeah. I was very happy with the commitment of the boys. We're well prepared tactically. We're prepared well for the game. The boys did what was asked from them. The commitment was not 100% to 100%. You have to be, of course, because we've beaten a team that wasn't unbeaten for 2 years. Well deserved overall.
The cup final comes around pretty quick. You're only getting 5 days, coach. Is that difficult for you? Obviously, you've got recovery. You know, you need to work on tactics for the final. Do you think 5 days is a little bit of a shorter time between semi and final, or are you comfortable?
It is short because, listen, of course, some players are fatigued. Some of them are a bit tight. We have some injuries as well, but hopefully we will recover them. Still, tactically, I don't think you need to do too much because we've prepared throughout the season. So we've prepared for it throughout the season. Of course, you don't have time to change a lot. And if the guys do what we've been doing throughout the season, we will be fine. I don't believe you have to adapt, because if you adapt, it means that you didn't do a good job during the season.
Got you. It's a great day for the club, for the supporters. I mean, it's got to be fantastic no matter what happens during your league season. To end the season in a cup final is very, very special for the village and the players and the families.
Yeah, of course. Here, the last trophy the club won is 20 years ago. We've had the best finish in 10 years again, so the boys did a very good job. If you see statistics in the league table, this is the best finish in 10 years for the club. And as I said, the club didn't win a trophy for 20 years, so it's a special occasion for all of us.
It's going to be a great day out for you.
And I think it's important for us to give something back to the club, because they've given me and every one of these players an opportunity, a different opportunity that they didn't find somewhere else. So I think it's time for us to repay a bit back to the club.
Fantastic. You're up against Xaghra, a little bit more of a match. You're a bit closer to each other, like all were up there, but fairly confident going into it, coach? I know it's a tough question to ask, but are you comfortable?
We're always confident playing whoever we play, but Xaghra, of course, they are a very tough opposition. They try to play short and quick passes. They have very good players that can, of course, do damage to any team. Of course, we have to be well focused and 100% into it to get the result against them. Very tough game for sure.
Do you find now, of course, you're going from the artificial pitch, slightly shorter pitch at Ketchum, going on to the stadium. Again, does that alter you much, or the players adapt to that fairly quickly, which they did on Wednesday?
But still, on Wednesday, for some of these guys, these are the majority of them under 21 players. They never played on turf.
Wow.
So, of course, it's difficult. But on the positive side, I think for our game, if we have width, our game could come out a lot more. So your question is a 50-50 yes and no answer.
It isn't, yeah, of course. Okay.
But still, we are all looking forward to play the game. Yeah.
Fantastic. Coach, I'm going to let you go. I know you got some preparation over there. It's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
fantastic to meet up with you again.
Yeah.
And we'll be at the stadium. We'll do a little interview just before the game with you. Oh, one last question. Sorry, I did forget. Injuries. How are you at the moment with your squad after Wednesday?
As I said, we have a couple of players doubtful, but hopefully we'll manage to
Get them
bring
ready.
them in for Monday. After all, it's a final. Huh?
Exactly. Listen, enjoy your build up to this because it's a great achievement. So very well done.
For sure.
And I'll see you on Monday at
For
the
sure.
ground.
Thank you for coming.
Oh,
Thank
you're most welcome. Thank you, Coach.
Ciao,
Coach.
ciao.
Now joined by Eric Gauci. Thanks for joining us for our first cup final game of the week. First of all, can I just take you back to Wednesday night? You were up against the league champions who haven't lost in a long time. You guys put in a fantastic shift, getting that 95th minute goal. You must have been very proud of yourselves and your team on that day.
Yes, I think the team was very well prepared. We've been preparing whole season. It wasn't just like a week plan. The team stick to the plan, and I think the guys really executed what we needed to do.
Did you find it, well, you would do a whole different experience on the turf. It's a full-size pitch compared to Ketchum. Did that work in your favour? Was everyone comfortable with that, do you think, Eric?
It did work in our favour to execute the game plan, but for most of the players over here, it was their first experience playing in that pitch. So it wasn't as easy as one would probably think, but it did the job. So.
And of course, playing on turf and then going into extra time. You did go into extra time,
No,
didn't you?
no,
Oh, no,
we
you didn't
scored
because it was the
96th.
95th minute, of
Yes.
course, yeah. So that saved you some energy.
Yes.
Obviously going to be a fantastic day out for your families and everybody. So these days now, it's just to look forward to this. It's a great achievement to reach the final.
Yes. Again, most players here, it's their first seasons playing with the senior team, so it's their first cup final. We've been working very hard throughout the season, so just reaching the final is already an accomplishment for us. But now the big part, I think, has been done throughout the season, but there's one big final step that we wish to take.
It's now time to bring that cup back to
Yes,
Zebbug. I always say when I was playing football, you know, I would rather go out in a quarter-final than a semi-final, because when you lose in a semi-final, that's a real kick in the teeth because you're so close to the final. Quarter-final, okay, but the semi-final can be hard to take, so it's fantastic that you actually get through it. You've only got a short turnaround between the semis and the final. Are the guys okay with that? Maybe that gives you less time to get nervous.
I think it goes for both teams. So
Yeah, of course,
we both played in the same day.
of course.
It's true that the other team had to play extra time, but overall, you have 3 days to prepare for the game. So 1 day rest and 3 days to prepare. You do your best.
Absolutely. Adrenaline
Yes.
gets you through in a cup final, doesn't it? And of course, you're up against Xaghra, Eric. A little bit more around you in the table, similar season. It should be quite an open game, I think.
Yes, just to keep in mind, the final is always a final. You don't know how it goes.
One game, one off.
You just need to focus on what you need to do, and then just
do
hope
it.
for the best.
And you're quite a young squad, aren't you, Eric?
Yes, the average age here is very young. I'm one of the eldest amongst the team. So
Good Lord.
But yes, lots of energy, lots of talented players. This team gave their first opportunity to most of the players over here, so everyone's hungry for that.
Right,
cup
I'm
now.
going to let you get back to your training. Listen, thank you so much for joining us, Eric. It's been
Thank
nice
you
to
for
talk
being
to you.
with
We'll
us.
be at the ground, obviously, filming live, so we're looking forward to that, and I
Yes.
really wish you the best of luck and have a fantastic game.
Thank you very much.
Eric, thanks for joining
you.
us. Now joined by Shara's assistant coach Brian. Thanks for joining us on this beautiful sunny day, finally. And if I can just start by congratulating you, the team, the coaching staff and all the boys for getting into this final on Monday.
Yes. I mean, it's an achievement for the club. Looking at the table, obviously, it wasn't really a good league for us. It was a new team, building from scratch. So the cup was something we really wanted to do well in. And as you said, we're in the final.
Exactly, it's quite an achievement. You did, of course, go down. I remember the first years I was doing this, I was doing interviews with you all. You were on in the first division, but that was a period now of going down and rebuilding again and getting ready and stronger to get back into the first division. Would that be right?
Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, there's a long-term plan to build team based on Xaghra players. In fact, this year we just added Shemi as a foreigner and Chris from Nadul. All the rest are Xaghra players. So that's the plan. Obviously, this was the first year. We gave chance to all Xaghra players, young and even more experienced. Obviously, next year will be improved for sure.
It's nice as well to have local players in a local village, isn't it? I mean, that in itself is nice to bring through the players. Have you a good youth system in place at the moment, Brian?
We're rebuilding that as well. So it's as I said, it's a new sort of beginning for Xaghra. New committee, new team, new coaching staff. So yes, we're building on all aspects.
It's a great distraction as well, and it's great because when I was playing football, the worst thing you could ever do is go out in the semi-final. Quarter-final, it's not so bad, but a semi-final when you're so close. So it's been a nice distraction in a way at the end to take it away from the division. But also, like I keep saying, an achievement. It's great for the village. It's great for everybody. It's a great day out. You must be looking forward to it.
Yes. I mean, we're looking forward for the game. From a committee perspective, they're doing all the preparations for the final. From the coaching staff, we've worked as well to prepare well for the game. Obviously, it's a cup final, so it can go either way, but we're going to give it our all.
So you're up against Zebbug, of course, which maybe at the semi-final draw you might not have expected. All are unbeaten for, I think, nearly 2 years. Very, very strong team, very heavily backed, of course. There's money there. And, fair play to Zebbug. They snatched that winner. And in my eyes, that makes it a much more level field final, actually. I think you guys are fairly close, so it's a more open game.
Yeah, well, I mean, Zebbug's result came a bit of a surprise, although obviously they are a strong team. They are, if you look at the table, they're third place. They did well, so they're a strong opposition as well. I mean, if you look at the games we had with them, we lost 2 and drew 1. So I wouldn't say we're level, but we're slightly the underdogs, which for me is great. I like being the underdog in the final. So hopefully, we can rise up to the occasion and, beat Zebbug.
Obviously, at the Gozo Stadium, it's a whole different experience. It's a full-size pitch. It's on turf. Would you say that's an advantage to the way you playing on a wider pitch, or not particularly?
No, I mean, for us, it is an advantage, yes. We like to play the ball. We like to build up, not just shoot the ball up. So, yes, for us it is. Obviously, it's a Zebbug are a team that don't let you play that much. The having the space will be a bit of an advantage for us.
Fantastic. Listen, Brian, I'm going to thank you very much for taking time out on Easter Sunday to join us. We're looking forward to the game, and we'll be there on Monday night, and I wish you all the best of luck in this final.
Thanks. Hope we are the winners at the end.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Enjoy your holiday. Thank you so much. Now joined by Shami, the striker, of course, for Xaghra.
Yes.
Obviously, your very ever first experience as a cup final in Gozo. You haven't been there that long. Are you looking forward to it?
I am, the most definitely. You know, the beginning of the season was kind of shaky for us. The season was all right. You know, it's a new team, so we're just developing, getting to know each other. But I think getting to a cup final, that shows a lot, you know, because we've been battling throughout the whole season. I think that it's good for us to be there.
Have you played against Zebbug this season yourself?
Yes, we have. Oh, I have, yeah.
So you know you're up against a fairly tough game, a very even game, I think.
Yeah. They're a good team, but I think we're just equally as good.
Right.
I feel like the game's going to be a battle for sure, but I feel like it'll be a good match for both teams.
And probably your first time to play in the Gozo Stadium, I presume?
No, it's the second time because of semi.
The semis were there last week.
Yes.
Of course. That was a tight game as well.
That was
a long game.
Yes, a really long game, but also another battle, of course. 120 minutes and also the PKs. It was really good. It was a really good game.
So you enjoyed it?
Oh, of course.
Are you enjoying your time at the moment playing football in Gozo?
Oh, yes, it's lovely. The weather's good. The team, the boys are good. I like the competition. You know, like it's a good experience.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be live streaming the game, of course, on Monday, which means you can let your people know in Canada because they can actually collect it in Canada.
Oh, all right.
So everybody at home would be able to watch you in this cup final. I don't know what time it is in Canada when we play, but it's probably worth getting out of bed early to see you.
Yes, for sure.
So listen, I want to thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Welcome to, and hopefully soon we'll see you in the first division.
That's a plan.
With Brian and all the rest of them.
Yes, that's a plan.
And listen, it's a great day out. We did the final, of course, yesterday, and I don't know if you've seen, but afterwards the celebrations, you get the cup on the pitch, so it's all good stuff. So enjoy your game, stay injury-free, and we look forward to see you on the pitch on Monday.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks so much for joining us,
Thank
Shami.
you.
Nice one, thank you.